Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Adriane, your quantum love coach and Mars Venus coach. I want to talk about gender intelligence today. Just someone asked me 2 days ago, Adriane, what is gender intelligence? Someone who is freshly married, has 2 children, is in life and quite, experienced in relationships, but the word gender intelligence was not something he could name and frame for himself. So that inspired me to really begin to speak more openly about what it actually is, because for us as Venus coaches and for those we know who love John Gray's book Men Are From Mars and Women Are From Venus, we almost expect that one understands that this is gender intelligence. This is how women think, feel, and do things, and this is how men think and communicate things, and how we sit in the middle and try to understand each other. Yeah, but it goes a little further, and there are 3 facts I want to really talk about supporting gender intelligence and what Mars Venus as coaching methodology really wants to support and teach all of us. The first fact is that we are facing societies with a huge number of breakdowns in relationships, in family structure, in marriages, in anything that gives us support, foundation, and almost like the carpet for living, the foundation for living. And these foundations break. And when we ultimately go into the conversation to what happened that this breakdown occurred, then we learn that 2 people, mother and father, or man and wife, or husband and wife, suddenly, or maybe partner, female and male, even in same-sex relationships, the masculine principle and the feminine, more, feminine receptive partner, that the communication is breaking down and something is not working any longer. So really, this is something we want to be aware of, that sometimes the little tweak in communication, the little skill set in responding resourcefully to a situation and not misusing our own desire for our needs to be met first before someone else's needs are met, that these things are understood and that we really learn to communicate them resourcefully. The skill set of gender intelligent communication and connection is vast, and there's lots to say about it. But the fact that it affects so many people and so many life, supporting structures is something that is really, really important to take in. The second fact is the fact that it affects our health, our wellness, our exercise levels, and the way we hormonally function. We need to understand that men and women have very, very different ways of rejuvenating, of regaining energy. Also, we have different systems and ways of expressing and, and using our energy levels. So I could go in much more detail now, but that's not what this little conversation is about today. It's really just mentioning that gender intelligence usually applied in the area of health, sexuality, hormonal health, fitness, exercise, and nutrition can be an incredible foundation for better relating, for better, more harmonious lifestyles that help us maintaining relationships and ultimately create what I spoke as first fact, hopefully not to happen, that families and relationships break down and dissolve. So the third structure I want to talk about, and the third fact, is our business and work lives. Gender intelligence is to a certain degree acknowledged, and women much, much more feel, accepted and appreciated and acknowledged and rewarded in the workspace. However, I talk maybe more about the underlying little, differences in the one-to-one or in the organizational communicational structures. When we have meetings, when we have, kind of processes where we set goals, where we begin to create strategizing particular areas of the business or the organization, and they need every single person's involvement, to achieve these goals and make it happen. So often women have a very, very different way of achieving goals and set themselves up for, creating success, while men are much, much more, full on and can give much longer, much more energy, but then break down much more, profoundly, with greater breakdowns and, stronger effects of tiredness, burnout, or whatever it is. It could be physiological, emotional, or sometimes even just psychological symptoms. So I want to enforce the understanding that in private, in family, in intimate, in work and business situations, in all these arenas of our lives, gender intelligence is something we can apply in a very, very, very powerful and resourceful way. And how to learn it and how to apply it is something that Mars Venus, John Gray's books, and also the work of us Mars Venus coaches really teaches and supports very, very well. So I give every person who is interested to learn about Mars Venus, quantum love coaching, and my work overall the opportunity to meet me for at least 30 minutes live, face-to-face, or on the phone for a so-called discovery session. So I want to invite you today to sign up for a discovery session with me and have a conversation about your lifestyle, about your different areas of life, and how you think that gender intelligence could support your way of being happier, healthier, and more fulfilled in everything you do and want to achieve. So I wish you a wonderful, experience in, learning more about gender intelligence. Reach out, book with me. I love to have this conversation and look forward to hopefully support you in finding new ways of, living gender intelligence resourcefully. Thank you for listening today. Have a wonderful supermoon week, and I see you when I see you. Namaste.